guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you will probably be aware from the thumbnail and the title, we are going to be facing off the Tarte Shape Tape against the new Makeup Revolution concealer. So here is everything that you need to know about these concealers. I picked mine up in Superdrug, you can also get it online, but I will just say that when I went into my Superdrug, it was not on the shelves, and I asked an assistant and they literally had it out the back ready to put up. So if you're looking for it and you can't find it, ask, because they're probably in store, they just haven't got them on the shelves yet. I will just point out that the Tarte Shape Tape actually has 10 mils in here, whereas the Makeup Revolution has 3.4. So although it looks very, very cheap, you're actually getting like a third of the product. So just bear that in mind. That's actually about half of what the Maybelline Age Eraser Eye concealer has. So that's like its nearest sort of drugstore competitor. It's got half the amount. The Maybelline Eraser Eye has 6.8 mils. So it's literally exactly half the amount. So just bear that in mind, that you're not getting as much product. And although the price point is amazing, you are not getting as much product. So just bear that in mind. I have swatched them on my wrist for you. So closest to my wrist is the C5 shade from Makeup Revolution, and then further down beneath that is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. They're not massively far off each other. The Makeup Revolution is a little bit lighter and slightly pinker, and the Shape Tape is obviously that little bit deeper with the more yellow tone to it. Without further ado, let's get them on my face and see how they do. So I'm going to start off with the Shape Tape, just because that is the one that is familiar to me. So how I always apply this is I just kind of focus on the area where I need it, which is right on this inner corner, and then I just kind of do like a half a shape. I don't do it the whole way out because it does blend so nicely. I'm not going to try and do half my nose because I feel like that's an impossibility. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll do my nose with the Revolution one. So as we know with Shape Tape, it is a very, very full coverage. It blends out like amazing, especially considering it is so full coverage. It's literally seconds to blend it all out and literally no effort whatsoever. I really like the shade that I have for this one as well. The shade is a light medium, if anyone wants to know. I'm gonna set that straight away just so we are fair and we don't have any issues while we're waiting to do the other side. And I'm using my Patrick's powder from MAC, which is giving me life at the moment. Here is the Revolution doe foot in comparison with the Tarte one. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller, but it's a very similar shape. Still both have that little well that holds the concealer, but it is a bit thinner and a bit shorter. So I'm gonna go in a similar, okay, so this is a similar shade, but it's definitely pinker than the Shape Tape. Shades were a struggle because they didn't have any testers or anything else like that out, so I couldn't swatch. I just had to kind of go off what I could see on the website. So the one doesn't pick up as much product. With the Shape Tape, I have to like wipe some off. I'm gonna go in with the other side of my sponge, and I've done this about the same amount. I don't know if it will need more, but I've done about the same amount as with the Shape Tape. It blends out really nicely, just as nicely as the Shape Tape, to be fair. I don't know if I actually prefer this shade, you know. I guess it's not pink necessarily, but it's got more pink in it than the Shape Tape, which is just light medium. This is maybe a neutral shade, as I guess the Tarte is probably just warm. The wand is a really nice size for your nose as well, literally perfect size to get you a nice highlight on the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and set that again with that same powder. It's definitely not causing any like creasing so far or settling into my lines or anything like that. I actually feel like this side with the Revolution is looking less liney than the Tarte side, which to be fair is a problem that I have with Tarte, is that it kind of exaggerates my lines, but I feel like this side looks better. I feel like coverage, they're both giving me really good coverage. If anything, I think the Tarte is giving me slightly more coverage. Just in this area here, I can still see some darkness, but I could obviously have put on more than I did with this one to negate that, but it blended out really seamlessly. I quite like the shade. I wish it was slightly warmer, but it's definitely workable for me. Okay, so I have now had my concealers on for a couple of hours. I did the rest of my makeup, I've done some more filming and things like that. So I have like given it a little bit of time for anything crazy or weird to have happened, and there is no creasing, which I have never experienced of a concealer, a drugstore concealer, let alone the price point of this concealer. So that is amazing to me. But also there's just nothing has happened. Like I thought it'll, you know, it'll settle, it'll move, it'll probably exaggerate my lines more, but actually the Tarte side is definitely doing that more. I would say if you have like a really dry under eye and you don't like Tarte for that reason, the Revolution one is not as drying on the under eye and not as heavy feeling on the under eye, but it does have that same sort of, you know, slightly dry look and feel to it. I haven't fixed Plus today because I just wanted to see what it did without me taking that step, but I think with a bit of Fix Plus I'll be happy and it won't be a problem. But I think if you have a very dry under eye and you don't like Tarte for that reason, you probably won't like this one any better because it isn't a hydrating concealer, which you would probably prefer. But otherwise, I'm mega impressed. I would definitely use this. I think it's a pretty decent shade for me. It's definitely more brightening under the eye than the light medium shade that I have from Tarte. So this is the C5, just to remind you. So yeah, I mean, I'm mega impressed with the price point. I don't think you can get better. I definitely prefer this to my Maybelline concealers and the L'Oreal True Match concealers. I definitely think it's better than those, and it is less money than those. Definitely the holy grail of drugstore concealers. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe before you go so I can see you again. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.